Hi, Murray Hibbard here with the next segment of Making Pies Part 2. In this segment, we're going to be looking at making single crust pies, but unlike the last segment where we did a pre-baked pie shell, this is going to be a single crust pie where the filling goes in an unbaked pie shell. So this is traditionally for like custardy type pie fillings, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, etc. But really any single crust pie that does not require the shell to be pre-baked will follow the same formula. Not really a formula. So anyway, we're going to take our pie plate and we're going to take our pie dough, roll it up like I always do, and unroll it into the pan. You've seen me do this in my first segment. You've seen me do it in my original making pastry video. And so you don't need to watch all of this trimming and fiddling, but we'll show you bits of it. As I've said in the previous segments, take your scissors and cut excess dough off, but leave a little bit beyond the edge of the pie plate so that you can roll it under and get yourself a bit of a crust. Again, as with previous segments, I'm fluting the pastry with my thumb and forefinger of one hand against forefinger of the other hand. It looks pretty, and it does a little bit towards making sure that the pie shell doesn't shrink, although it shrunk pretty badly in my pre-baked. Okay. Now we have the pumpkin pie. Now I'd like to talk to you a little bit about especially pumpkin pie filling. When you bake a pumpkin pie, by the time your filling is set, your pastry can be just about burned because it takes a long time. So I want to share with you my trick. Put your pumpkin pie filling in a glass bowl. Put it in the microwave and microwave it for about 3 minutes on high. Take it out of the microwave and stir it around a little bit because you will notice that part of the pumpkin pie is starting to actually, part of the pumpkin pie filling is starting to actually set or cook. So stir it back up and then put it back in the microwave for another 2 minutes on high. Bring it out, stir it around again, and keep doing that until it's getting fairly thick and or it's really hot. Doing that, you're already starting the filling to set or cook before you put the pie in, and that really reduces the amount of time the entire pie has to spend in the oven. Therefore, you can bake it until you're happy with the pastry instead of until you're happy with the filling. So let's go ahead, and there's nothing magic about dumping the filling into the pie shell. We'll just do this, spread it around a bit, and I think that's about all we're probably going to have room for. When you pre-cook the filling, it's not going to lie as flat and take its own shape. So you might want to make it a little bit pretty, because what you see going in is pretty much what you're going to get coming out. Okay, so let's take this over to our oven. Again, start all pies at 450, or in my oven 425 for the first 10 minutes, and then we'll turn it down to 350, or maybe a little less in my oven. We'll probably leave it at 350 even here, for another probably 20 minutes. But I'll talk to you after I get this in. There we go. Set this for 10 minutes. No. Nice of me to keep you hanging all this time, right? So the actual doneness of the pie is when a knife, like a regular butter knife, comes out cleanly when you poke it into the middle of the filling. Okay, so when you can take that knife, put it in, bring it out, and there's no pumpkin clinging to the knife, then your pie is done. Okay, now for the big reveal. We've had the pie in at 450 for 10 minutes, and I put it back in for another 15 minutes at 350. And so now we're going to put our knife in, bring it back out. We can see it came out clean on one side and not quite clean on the other. I'm going to put that in for another maybe 5 minutes and see what that does. By the way, while we're wasting some time, I will be putting onto the comments section of this YouTube video the recipe that I used for the pumpkin pie filling. It's my Grandma Hibbard's pumpkin pie filling, and I will give you information on how to make it either from a can of pumpkin or from fresh pumpkin. Sometime in the future, maybe we'll share with you how we get free pumpkin. It's easy to do after Halloween. Okay, our timer has gone off for that extra 5 minutes. We'll pull this out again and we'll put in our knife. Still not coming out 100%, but I am going to take it out now. I have found that a little bit doesn't hurt. It will continue to set a little bit as it comes out of the oven and sits around. So I'm going to take it out now. And there's our pumpkin pie. I don't think that most people enjoy it hot, so a lot of pies are nice hot out of the oven. In my opinion, pumpkin isn't one of them. So let it cool, and then enjoy. Keep it in the fridge when you're not eating it, because with the egg and stuff in it, it does go bad rather quickly. But there it is. Enjoy your pumpkin pie, folks.